Hello,
Hi,
friends.
Jen.
How's it going?
Hi, Leanne. Hi,
Leanne was the
Jen.
first one here. She gets a big round of applause.
Okay.
And Jan was here. Jan's here. Susan is here.
Susan. Susan, I'm trying to catch up. Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oh, is
Sorry,
there
guys.
reverb?
No, because I have such a hard time following chats and things. It's when the show is on your channel, sometimes I will put it live in a separate screen, so
So that
it's
you can
delayed,
see.
but it won't let me mute it until we start the show.
And yeah,
Which is
you
always
can't mute it
happens.
until there's something to mute.
Yeah, you can't mute it until there's something to mute. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, I was trying to tell Susan that I was trying to catch up on some of her videos. And I want to say, before I know I say hi, Twist. I saw Twist was in here. And hi, Bridget.
And Bridget just came in.
I mean, I know it's early. Maybe I should wait until more folks are in here. But Susan is this close to 4,000 subscribers. This close. So I was just going to say, if any of you watching this have not visited the old so-and-so on YouTube, you must go because she's fabulous and you're going to want to subscribe.
Cheers, Sheila. Chin,
What's
she was
Sheila
right
got?
below. She gave us 2 red wine glasses.
Oh, awesome. Cheers, Sheila. I'm low. I'm almost tapped out.
And Michelle and Kathy and Joyce, Nancy.
Oh, I see. Joyce, I see you. Michelle, I see you. Michelle, I was catching up today too. Nancy, hello, everybody. I am so glad to be hanging out with all of you today. It's one of those Mondays where you're just glad you made it through.
It was a very Monday. Which you
Oh yeah, but
yeah.
Susan,
Let me find her. I'd be happy to put her in. I like that they've shortened everybody's links to make life a little bit easier. Easier. She's at 3.98.
See? Do you see how close?
So close. There she is. Here's her link. Clickety click.
Oh, Leanne. Good job, Leanne.
Did everybody have a good weekend?
I had a nice weekend. I got to see my daughter yesterday. I was telling you that her and her boyfriend came over. We had dinner. So we had like a nice social evening.
Well, you guys can watch the recap later because my history highlight I think is really fun. It's stuff I did not know, so
I can't wait. I have no idea what it's about.
It's a surprise.
Trying to guess, and I was guessing wrong.
But yeah, you'll see part of my weekend and my inspiring interiors. But the rest of the weekend, oh, I did buy some fun stuff at an antique store on Sunday.
Ooh, what'd you get?
I brought one of them for my favorite thing.
I didn't even think of a favorite thing.
It's okay.
Sorry.
And I just learned something about it while I just randomly did a Google Lens, seeing if I could find any information. And then I found the exact same thing and could find actually where the mark is on it. So I'm very excited because it's the right era for my house.
Awesome.
Hey, I've been holding a 250 for 6 months. Maybe I'm perfectly fine with that. So, shall we begin? I'm just afraid that both my interior and my history highlight will run really long, and I don't want to force you all to stay here for more
Right.
than an hour.
Yes, I say let's just start. Let's just dig in.
Okay. So, first, titillating tablescapes. I saved this like sometime in January and forgot about it until I was looking through my pictures. But did you know January is hot tea month, and apparently there's a hot tea day,
I
specific
did
day in
not.
January?
Oh, well, we have to put that on the calendar. We have to do something for Hot Tea Day next year.
I know. But this just looks so happy. And for some reason in my brain, I always thought you shouldn't put yellow and gold together.
That looks
But,
amazing.
but this does look amazing. My question is, which inspired this tablescape? Is it this plate, this lovely modern plate with the girl drinking the yellow cup?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it the yellow and gold set that is on the table?
Are those feathers? At first, I thought that was a
Yes.
monogram. I thought it was a
No.
monogram on the table.
They're actual yellow feathers underneath everything. And then look at this cloche lid here at the
Ooh,
bottom.
yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Yes, it looks like a necklace on it
I
almost.
know,
Like
it's bedazzled.
it is
And
bedazzled.
then
Hey,
this is just more
Mary's.
views. Like even the goblet has a gold sheen to it. And I love the little is that a sunflower or I don't know what kind of fake flower that is. The yellow one.
I love it because
The
it's
daisy.
fancy. It's like fancy, but then also very contemporary and like kind of art modern almost.
Well, yeah. Well, there's like that yellow plate looks fiesta to me. So like it's very much a mix of all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And then if you saw the flowers are just like fake flowers spray painted gold.
Okay.
So what? Yeah, no. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I say for something like this, it works. It works because I mean, that plate really is pretty cute. It's almost like pop art.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So, collections. This is yours, Mom.
Yes. Well, this is celebrating lace trimmed handkerchiefs. And these are mine. This is my tray that I recently bought, and I put my handkerchiefs on them because there's something about white, really ornate, lace trimmed handkerchiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think,
linens.
yes. I love I love using them to line things. There's something about just ornate lace that does it for me. Gives me all the good feels.
It is lovely.
Did I put a second photo?
Not of handkerchiefs.
Oh, I know what I did. Because I put an extra handkerchief in the next photo.
Well, I don't have any collections, so you've got to.
Oh, I didn't add it. Okay.
No.
So this is different. I thought I added another photo where I put a beautiful lace trimmed handkerchief in with some belt buckles, but I guess I did not feature the belt buckles this one.
Maybe stay tuned for next week.
Instead, I chose tomato cushions. The glorious, yes, ever classic tomato pin cushion. They are very fun to collect and put in groups. We've seen them in jars. We've seen them in trays. Put it in a cloche. But they are awful fun. I think they're fun. A lot of people, when I was looking up tomato pin cushions, a lot of people are making newer versions of them, like a twist with a little bit more of like a modern fabric or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I do tend to like when I find a tomato pin cushion where it's a little bit more faded.
Well, I don't know. Like, it seems like your first sewing project is a pin cushion.
Yeah.
Like, if you're learning to sew, Like, I made these little chicken pincushion things when I first was figuring out how to use my sewing machine.
Mhm.
And it was just with scraps. So
Yeah.
maybe they're learning to sew, and so they wanted to make some tomatoes.
They're just a fun thing that you always, a lot of us, I think, you just see it at a sale or you pick them up and then all of a sudden you've got enough to fill a jar.
I
So,
like the galvanized heart tin with the cloche.
yeah, I thought it was cute. So another fun thing to celebrate.
Leanne, put it in a cloche is our version of stick a bird on it.
Put a bird on it. I love that. Love it so much.
Put it in a
I
cloche.
love I love Fred Armisen and Carrie Brown. I love them.
She makes jewelry now.
Does she? She does a lot.
No, that's another skit from Portland.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen all of the skits. Is that
I've
one
seen
where
some.
is that the one where Fred Armisen has the long hair and he's playing a woman?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. So yeah, I can't remember all of them.
I can't either. I really remember the one like learning about the chicken's name.
Okay.
Like they wanted to know where their food came from. Like so much so that they went to the farm to learn the chicken's name and then ended up joining like a commune or something. Yes, that's it, Leah. That's the one. So digressing. Stay tuned for Media Must next week. But so I've decided to throw in a new segment. So this is vignette variety. Just because I saw these two vignettes from people in our community, I love them and wanted to share them. So on the left is Julie's little it's like a tiny printer's tray, and she does this up basically for every holiday. And I love it because it's small and compact. So if you want to switch out something like this for every holiday, you absolutely can without breaking the bank or losing your mind. So and there's a lot of stuff in there that's not explicitly Halloween. I mean Halloween. Valentine's Day. I'm already thinking about Catherine's here next door.
Yes.
So like it's red buttons, there's thimbles, dice, but it all works together. And then Catherine is doing Halloween, so it's a mix between Valentine's Day and Halloween, which might just be my life next year. So there's that. So it's just really cute. I love. She also tries to minimize what she has to decorate, at least currently. So she does up this hutch for the holidays, and I liked it a lot.
I did too.
So moving on, Veester. Oh, Veester. What would be Veester? Is that a Valentine's Easter?
Yes.
What about Easterween? We could have zombie rabbits.
I think that would be very charming. Not in my home, but I like the idea.
I have this rabbit planter that looks like evil that I got from Nikki at Black Dog Vintage. And I mean, I might have to run with this.
Here's the thing. If I did like spooky all year round, I wouldn't enjoy Halloween as much. So because I really enjoy Halloween, I just really get into the spirit for, I mean, a good 2 months. And then I like looking forward to it the next year.
Hey, Emily. So now, I mean, I've got rabbit zombies on the brain, so moving on. Oh, I'm next. So my media must. I don't know if I've talked about the show. So I binge watched this during the pandemic. It was on Netflix. I think there's only one season on Netflix now, and it can be different seasons can be found on different services. There's 10 seasons, so you have almost 200 episodes to consume your life. And
Wow.
the premise is so they work in this antique barn. It's on like a British version of a park. So it's on a trust property.
Oh, wow.
So, it's got lovely views too.
Yeah.
But the whole premise is that people bring in an heirloom that has been through it, and the repair shop repairs it.
I
So these
love
people,
this
these
idea.
people pay nothing. Okay. And these are expert, like, people who are repairing. So here's like an overview of some of the things that they do. These two ladies are toys. They redo teddy bears, dolls, whatever, like down to like completely removing the stuffing and
Mhm.
like putting the stuffing back in a
Oh,
period appropriate way.
hair. Love
Yeah,
it.
she's I love these two. And I can't remember their name.
I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah.
I have it's something I missed. So it's awesome that this exists that I can go back and enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, there's hours to watch here. So this guy's my favorite. This is Steve. He's a clock. He's a horologist. He's a clock repair person. But not only clocks, he also does like tin work toys, because those are
Oh,
basically
right.
clock
Clockwork.
mechanisms. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
clockwork toys. So this here is a picture of when they brought this clock is over 400 years old.
Oh, wow.
And this is when he has cleaned it up and it's running. Like, it's not fully done yet,
It's
but
marvelous.
it
I love
is it is so I learned so much about different things watching this, and now I kind of want to like find them all and watch them all again, because
yes.
there was just so much. And you see things that you're like, "Oh man, I want that." um
Wow.
One statue they did was like the only thing that survived from their parents' house during the Blitz.
Wow.
But yeah, it was so like, and the history and the story of these things is so much fun. So, too far.
I wish we
Um,
could do a watch party and I'll watch it together.
yeah. She's an art restoration
Mhm.
person. So here she's painting like toys, but she has like fixed holes in paintings,
Wow.
stuff like that. And
Mhm.
she's not just anybody, like she goes around the world and repairs art.
Wow.
Um, then I also love the lady up here in the top. I haven't watched this in over 2 years, so I some of the names have escaped me, but she repairs pottery and porcelain. So she's working
Wow.
on a Majolica vase there. And then Will down here, he does wood and furniture. But
Love
you
it.
can see here, like that one, the leg is falling off, and like some of the top
Mhm.
is wearing away. But when he's done with it, it will look brand new. Yeah.
Yeah, Susan, she said it. Well, didn't no, Netflix is what you said,
Well, there's
right?
one season on Netflix. They do have a YouTube channel if you look up the repair shop, but it will
Oh,
just show you snippets of
oh,
like people bringing their stuff to the shop or during while they're fixing it. Um, I don't think you can access every season unless you're in the UK or you have a VPN that tells people you're in the UK.
VPN.
So, uh, NordVPN, give me a sponsorship. But the
Right.
because it was on the BBC, so the BBC iPlayer I think has access to all of it. They are not renewing it, so I think this is the last season for it.
Mhm.
But there's so many episodes to watch and so many fantastic things worth checking out. There's also furniture, there's a leather person, there's like a metal person. They're like, you imagine it, they've probably worked on it. The Christmas show was really cool. So that's my media must for the week.
Well, I am so glad you recommended this. Obviously, some of the folks have already seen it. Bridget, Kathy, but I haven't.
Well, I just happened upon it, during the pandemic, and I was like, where can? So it's not an actual shop. It's just
Right.
they
It's a
bring
show.
together these experts in this one location to do it. Yes, Emily, it is so good. It is just like, and I think I loved it during this. So I found it after I binge watched Flea Market Flip, you know, and I was like,
Okay.
okay, I need something else to watch to keep my mind off of this thing that's happening.
I gotta feed the
And
beast. Feed the beast.
so this came on, and my family, they were like, okay, I can't. And it has a lovely voiceover, you know,
Uh-huh.
a British accent. I think it changes from British to yeah, I think even well, he's now King Charles, right? But Prince Charles brought
Mm-hmm.
something at one
Mm-hmm.
point in time.
Wow.
So, because they always do fun stuff for Red Nose Day, but that's the Sunday Just.
Very cool. So I haven't consumed a lot of media. I mean, I've barely been able to watch my favorite YouTube channels and like all of my friends. I just can't seem to be keeping up lately. So what I chose instead for Media Must was an Instagram account of, she calls herself an embroidery artist, and she is Asian. I'm thinking she's Japanese, but I truthfully do not know. Um, all I know is Opia with a long dash and then a short dash, long dash before, short dash after, is how you find her. But when I stumbled across her art, I was blown away. I mean, it's embroidery, but it's like three-dimensional
Mm-hmm.
embroidery.
I have a friend who does embroidery art, not like this, but
It just really impressed me. Just the sheer beauty, imagination, execution, all of it. I was completely enchanted. Like I was like, if I could have a piece of this in my home, I would be so happy.
the
The
time involved in this is
Yeah,
astounding. Like, yeah.
truthfully, yeah, just amazing. And then this is some of her just florals. And so I thought, oh, well, this photo of the teacup is kind of like a titillating tablescape because I didn't pick one of those either.
I could not put that on a table to get stuff on it.
I know. I would be like, okay, let's take the picture. Okay, remove the tea. Because, but I mean, what
You'll
a
notice
gorgeous,
it's a very light tea.
smart, gorgeous. I mean, it's, obviously you could think of it as a doily or a placemat or a trivet, but it's just the ornateness, the delicacy, the really fine, detailed handiwork, craftsmanship, the visual effect when it's all done. It blows my mind. And I tried to get really close here of these orange and pink flowers so you could kind of see. It's almost like she does fine crewel work because
Yeah, it's reminiscent of Kroll for sure.
the yarn seems thicker in the pieces that have the dimension.
Yeah, but it's definitely a mix of
It is a mix.
style
Right.
because you
Right.
don't
Which
get
is
that three-dimensional from embroidery. I mean,
exactly
outside of French knots, which
right.
I hate, but
Yes. It's the composition and the three dimension just really stood out. I thought,
it's lovely.
I've never come across anything like this in person. I would love to be able to hold something like that and feel it and touch it. Thought it was
You might
beautiful.
have to. So the one I have, which I might have to showcase her next week, but I have a scene from, where we went to film my dragon thing,
Yes.
Cooper's Rock. It's of
Mhm.
that. She did an embroidered scene of the Overlook.
Oh wow.
It's hanging up in my office.
Yeah. Stuff like this blows my mind. I mean, I
Yeah,
think
but I had to order it. Like her window is to allow 3 months because she doesn't start it until you order it, and it arrived on my birthday. It's perfect
awesome.
timing. Yeah, I can't imagine the time. I can't.
Right. And the like your eyesight, and I mean, you really, I think you'd have to have really
Really need
young
those
eyeballs.
those leather thimbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
But it is.
so my inspiring interior, which I have notes. There's a lot of slides, okay? Because I
Okay.
went a little crazy. I took these
Okay.
photos. So this is the Fleming Mansion in and it's actually called the Thomas W. Fleming House. It was built in 1901. And since 1938, it has been home to the Fairmont Women's Club,
Okay.
which you know is a philanthropic organization.
Mhm.
So since 1938. And here's just, you see that little entrance. This is inside the entrance on the right. And I don't think I included it, but so my friend had her baby shower here, and I was wearing my 1900s coat, and so I took a picture of myself in my 1900s coat in front of the house because same era. But
Yes.
it's a masonry and stucco building, revival or Beaux Art style. Well, what did I do? Two sides of the same thing. Okay, here's the entrance.
Woo!
Look at the leaded glass.
Look at
Look at the handle. There were lions everywhere. Like, let me tell you, apparently, colonial revival / Beaux Arts is my spiel, you know.
Yeah, I definitely would want to take a wax mold of that doorknob and have one made to match.
I know.
Like, I'm taking this, I'm gonna have one made. Thank you.
So you come in through the front, and then to the left there's like a little antechamber, and it's got these lovely painted ceilings and designs. And of course, some chandeliers, lovely fireplaces. But right when you
Oh,
walk in, it's the double stairs, and it splits. And we once the event was over, we were allowed to go lurk and look. So my
yeah.
friend and I, of course, went up and then split and each took our own. uh, yeah, they probably we've all lost screws, Joyce. So the
Me too, Sheila. That's what I'm saying.
but it's
Wax.
kind of hard to see, but this is to the left of the fireplace. I mean, to the left of the staircase is the fireplace. But there's two little benches on either side of the fire, so you could sit there and get warm
Oh,
and look at the ceiling.
you're beautiful.
Do you see the ceiling with the
I do.
beams and the little like plaster work?
I do.
The plaster work in this house, I mean, is in really good condition. So Thomas W. Fleming, just for this is also like a tiny history highlight, but he lived from 1846 to 1937, and he was mayor of Fairmont, my hometown, and was elected to the House of Delegates in 1905. But he built this house in 1901. It was added to the National Historic Register, the National Register of Historic Places in 1979. This is the fireplace to the right of the entrance. And
That's where the shower is. Where the shower was.
Yeah, you can see all the little tables. And the women's club is still in operation, and they, give tours and host tea parties and events to maintain the house. And this table's in the entranceway. Can you see? Those are two massive dolphins as feet.
Oh my God. I see it now.
Yeah. Like, I was taking the picture for this linen with the lovely tea set on it, but then I was like, "Ooh, look at that work!"
Yeah.
So, and this lady bust, I did not steal it. Was I tempted? Yes. Very tempted.
I need her. She's coming home with me.
It's like, if I could fit her in my coat, man. See.
Oh my God.
And
That's
then this is
awesome.
looking up at the second floor. It's actually a 3-story house. We only looked at the main floor and the second floor.
Mhm.
I didn't take a lot of pictures upstairs because there are a lot of creepy dolls.
Really?
Yeah, I should take you there. If
I
Lauren, if you should come back at some point in time.
I want to have tea and see the creepy dollies and possibly hug the lady bust.
She's pretty. She's so
Hug and then run.
pretty. While maintaining your embrace. This is, well, you couldn't see from my picture, but there's like 2 like turrets on the back of the house, which were added on later. Or, you know, they were just kind of added
Wow.
as wings. And so this is a lovely built-in cabinet. It's curved.
That's interesting how they went to all the trouble
Yeah, and you
to
can't see, but where it's
that's
green,
not
that's
to bow
textured.
the wood like that for those doors.
Usually steam and
Wow.
forms are required to bend wood, but the where it's green, there's like 3-dimensional texture in the stucco.
Oh, okay. In the
There's like
paint.
images of like cornucopias.
I have no words. I have no words.
I know. And look at the plasterwork above this mantle here. Stunning. And all the furniture I love. Look at this green man.
This is my dream house.
I know. And then I love, there was lots of stained glass, and it's kind of hard to see through the lace, but there's like the high level bridge across the river in my hometown. I just thought it was picturesque.
Oh, I do see the bridge. You can see the bridge through there.
Yeah.
Leanne is asking about the green area where she said it's like wallpaper.
I don't think it was wallpaper. I think it's stucco, because there were like cracks in it and stuff. So I think it was applied like via a stencil,
Mm-hmm.
which you can do with like mud and stuff today.
Right.
Things like that. So this is a peek into the kitchen. There's some pink depression glass there. And then I just love the butler's pantry. They're like, why are you taking a picture of that? I was like, because it's awesome.
Why? What do you mean, why?
I need a butler's pantry.
You see it?
Yeah. So so yeah, that was it. That was most of my Saturday. I was just
Wow.
it was fantastic. Oh, good night, Joyce.
Oh, night, Joyce.
This is in Fairmont, West Virginia. Joyce, this is my hometown. So
This house is
that's
incredible.
my inspiring interior. Fabulous.
It's
But
fabulous.
I'll have to post my selfie in my coat.
Okay.
Be like, if you want to learn about this house, come watch.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful. I loved every single thing you shared.
I love this.
So for my inspiring interior,
I love Batterbee decor.
what do y'all think of this kitchen? I mean, it's not every day you see a kitchen with church style windows. What do you guys think of this?
So Batterbee decor sells in the shop that I sell stuff in downtown here in Morgantown.
Oh, that must be why I'm subscribed to her. Maybe, like maybe you mentioned.
Oh
her.
no, she has an Etsy too.
Oh, okay.
It's a small world. It's a small crafty
So
world.
here's the thing, you guys. This kitchen is like a complete fantasy that she created in some sort of virtual world.
Yes.
I didn't know you could do this, but apparently you can.
AI is making all kinds of things now.
Yeah, I know.
I used to play a game that you would decorate spaces like, and so you were virtually decorating, and
Uh-huh.
at the end it looked like a real room,
Yeah.
and then people would vote on which
Oh.
design was best. I feel like this could be very similar.
Yes, because she'd actually had two different kitchens, and she said, "Which do you like better, the darker version or the light version?" And this was
Mhm.
her darker version, and
Oh,
I liked it. I
mm.
liked it because of the vaulted ceilings, which I can't imagine anybody actually designing this. Like, the costs would be so prohibitive, but what a fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be like a small Gothic church that you were renovating or something,
Right, right.
because to get those windows,
I know.
I don't know if you can get those windows nowadays.
I don't know.
I mean, with enough money,
Right.
probably can. I
I
feel I
still
feel
found it I still found it inspiring though, because I'm like, this could blossom other ideas for a kitchen.
mm,
May not look like this, but
well,
a little medieval, a little medieval kitchen.
are you ready for the history highlight?
I've got Scott came home. I've got my water. I think I'm ready.
So picture it.
Okay.
Nuremberg, 1450. I'm just I'm channeling Sophia from the Golden Girls. Picture it.
Okay. Okay, I'm going back in time. I'm going back in
Go
time.
back in time. Okay. The daughter of a wealthy nobleman falls in love with a goldsmith. Now, granted, he's a tradesman. You know, the classes shall not meet, and so her dad is not happy, and he tosses her love into prison, thinking she will be
Out of sight, out of mind.
out of sight, out of mind. He invites all these other wealthy suitors to come and try and woo her. It doesn't work. She starts becoming pale and listless. And she's like, I love him. I don't know what happened to him, but he's the one I want. I don't care that he just makes jewelry. So her dad strikes a deal with the young artisan. If he can create a cup from which two people can drink at the same time without spilling a single drop, only then will he be free to marry his daughter. Do you know yet? So the goldsmith created what is now known as the Nuremberg Bridal Cup. And the couple were wed and lived happily ever after. Now, let me make myself big first. I, being who I am, purchased this because it was a fancy lady. And I just thought she was lovely. I loved her details. I mean, obviously, I knew she was some kind of cup. And she had this littler cup, the purpose of which made no, I didn't care. I just needed her in my
Right.
collection. And she was $12. So I was like, yes, give it to
Not
me. Give it to me. But the cups are still being made today. So this one is vintage, but not antique. You can find similar ones. They claim it was made by William Rogers. I don't know about that. I couldn't find any markings. But you can get one just like mine for like between $40 and $60 on eBay. This one is
glass.
gold and glass that has been enameled in like the Czech style.
Gorgeous.
It's
Gorgeous.
11 inches tall. It's a big
Wow.
one. It's a big one. It was sold in 2011 for $2,300. That's all I could find out about that. But the cups are still in use. So first of all, it's supposed to be a test to see if they can make the drink happen without spilling. But if they're successful, it means good luck, love, and faithfulness shall be blessed within their marriage. But the one on the left is silver. It was from the 1880s. It's in the Met collection.
Wow.
The one on the right you can purchase today from Thomas Dale Company for $180. It's pewter, not silver. And then I found gentlemen. I thought they were all women.
I love the dude on the right.
I know. So I feel like because these were most popular, I believe, in the 16th century. These coming back like in the late 1800s, early 1900s is very much like, a revival. Like so many styles happen. But then I was looking at the guys and I was like, then I happened upon this guy. He's sitting on a barrel. And they're known also as wager cups. So the lady on the right was a saint. She's holding a dragon, by the way. She is a cup. And as long as there have been drinking, there has been drinking games. And these wager cups, like the lady on the left, you turn her over, she's a cup, and it's that you can drink it without setting it down. If you think about the bottoms up ladies, that's a similar idea. So wait, this is where I need my notes because I just found this at the end. I was like, what? So the wager cups, according to a few sites, started making their appearance in the 16th century. As early as 1543, it's on the register of belongings for the Duke of Saxony. So the Netherlands, Belgium, there are 17th and 18th century examples from England, Ireland, Norway. There's some in the V&A. There's all, and then of course they made their way to North America at some point in time. And so they say the German style of wager cup is known as the maiden cup. And that became turned into the bridal cup. But it's not always a young woman, as we saw. Sometimes it's men, sometimes it's old ladies. But the drinker was challenged to drink both the big cup and the little cup without spilling. And then it got twisted into the bridal cup. Though if we believe that the the bridal cup was invented in 1450 per the tale, it would have come first. I feel like there's no way to know which one came first. But I am going to keep a lookout for these wager cups as well, because I think they're fantastic. And I do have a bottoms up lady in milk glass. And I don't know why I thought that was the first iteration of that kind of glass, but it's not. And this woman, she is a specific saint. I believe I can't remember. I lost where it is. Oh, but in 1800s Vienna, they made some with enamel village scenes on them. But she is holding a dragon. She's supposed to be the patron saint of women and children, and I can't remember the saint. But there's an inscription that you can read when you have it turned up to drink from that basically is a blessing. So they think this was made in honor of the birth of someone specific, somebody very wealthy's child.
Wow.
So yeah, there's also some in Nuremberg Museum from like the 1600s. It's from all over. And the fact that people are still using them today and still making them today, I think just speaks to the nostalgia of this kind of thing. I
I
couldn't.
haven't seen these, but I have seen there's another drinking game where it's a fuddling cup where it's like 3 cups knotted together, and it's supposed to be like a game of trying to get 3 people to drink, which is like impossible.
Well, and then, the Native Americans have like a wedding jug that has 2 spouts, and the Scottish have the quake. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's just like a bowl with 2 handles, and that's used for toasting. But that's my history highlight
That's so cool.
for today, and I'm just glad now that I know what she's called and what she was used for. And now I want to try to drink out of her. I've got to clean her first, so I can't do it right now. And I need to be able to set it down. So someday, but the detail on mine, I absolutely adore. You can, if you find an antique one, you can try and figure out what era it's from based on the dress, because they usually dress the women in period clothing, because why nobody would want to like buy someone in rags or what have you. But I love her so much.
She's fantastic.
So she will go back in my china cabinet until I have reason to drink from her. But
yeah, that's awesome. Yay!
So that didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. But
when you get excited about things, you go faster. I've noticed.
I do. I'm sorry. I do. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Twist. But yeah, so if you see one, pick it up. I mean, if it's for a good price, I just think it's lovely in general. So
yes, if they all have the detail that yours does, I think I would definitely want to pick it up.
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, some are plainer. I mean, just like anything, which I wouldn't even mind a plainer one. That means somebody more, middle class or lower class had it for their wedding. So I enjoy all the levels of fancy lady. So there's that. But I do have a favorite thing. Do you have anything you need to share before I get into the favorite thing?
Oh, you mean like, well, I already talked about Susan. I do have a sale that I'm doing on Thursday on.
I have D&D on Thursday, so I'll try and pop in and say hi.
It's in the, let's see. I think it's at 4:00 Central. So like 5:00 your time. I'm not sure when your D&D starts, but it's on the Traveling Crafter.
I usually go right after work, and then it's all night. Not all night, but all evening.
But the only other
one as I drive there.
Yeah. But that's all I have coming up. But I know you've got something coming up on Wednesday. And do you want to share?
I will be on Leanne's channel on Wednesday.
Yeah.
She can drop it in the chat if she's there. Oh, really, Laura? That's exciting. Laura knows my D&D crew, and especially the one in charge of food. So she hears about the menu before I do. But speaking of Laura, we did our normal Sunday breakfast, and then on to finding a either thrift store or an antique store to peruse. And of course I found things to buy. And actually Laura picked this up. She was thinking about getting it to just like put her keys in. And I she decided it was too tall. It wasn't going to work. So, I don't know, Laura. You can come by after. So, it was this lovely. I don't know what I would call it. I want to call it a compote because I
I
don't
want
think it's meant for food.
to.
But look,
She's beefy. Shit, that's a
look at
lot.
these Art Nouveau lilies.
Beautiful.
And I thought it was Art Nouveau inspired because I was like, I can't tell if this is actually silver plate or, but then I found a picture of one shined to heck.
Ooh.
And it showed where the maker's mark was, which is right here. And I was able to look at it and patent 1904.
Awesome.
The Victor Silver Company, which was the silver plate branch of Derby Silver of Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. Derby. Yeah.
So if it was patented in 1904, it is actually Art Nouveau. And
Awesome.
it could have been made in 1910.
It could have.
Just saying. But now it's here.
It is
at home
it's
in the bower.
Like you need to have a good central stage spot for that piece. Don't you think?
It'll go on my new dining room table.
Perfect. Like right in the middle. Yeah, perfect.
I also got a uranium glass compote that's there currently.
You're just gonna have to give them each their time in the sun.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on the mood for the table setting. So
yeah,
I love it. And inside is pretty shiny. It's not that bad. I feel like I need to put a flower frog in here and make a floral arrangement.
Yeah, to me, it's so beautiful. Sometimes it's almost better without something inside of it because you just see the form and the decoration.
Have you seen uranium glass grapes, Emily? I've never seen uranium glass grapes.
Maybe lucite grapes will glow. I don't know about
grapes do glow. Well, I mean, they made glass grapes way before they made lucite grapes.
Yeah.
So it's feasible that such a thing exists, and now I must look for it. All right, let me make you bigger. I don't have anything else to say. I didn't bring a quote today because I thought I would go on forever, but we didn't. And that's all I have. Next week, we shall be on Heather Elizabeth's channel, Antique Agenda. If it's not linked down below, I will update the description once we finish here so that you can click over really easily. And that will be 7 Eastern on Monday. And I'll have my normal sale on Sunday per usual. But this Wednesday, find me with Leanne and find Heather on the other Angela's channel.
The Traveling Crafter. I put the link in
on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I hope you all enjoyed our chat this evening. I hope you have a fantastic week. If you find a Nuremberg bridal cup, let me know because I think they would look really cool, all together. If you want to start a collection, it's a collection you can start. So
a fancy lady collection.
I already have that in all kinds of forms. So I wish you all, I hope you had a fantastic Monday, and I hope you have a great rest of the week, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. See you next week.